She's known for her powerful vocals. She's got heartfelt lyrics as well, and she resonates with listeners not only here in New Zealand but all over the world. She spreads messages of faith and hope, and she continues to inspire, being true to who she is. She joins us right now. Come on down, Ms. Lauren Daigle. Hi, Lauren.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, we're good, but we're really
what an introduction.
Thanks.
He's good at those. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Hey, listen, we've just jumped onto your Instagram page. It's like you've been touring like for 7 years. Man, you've been touring a long time. Quick question about the touring gig. Have you ever walked out on stage and just thought for a split second you don't even know where you are, what city you're in?
This is what I do beforehand, because a couple of times this is what has happened. I've gone on stage, and at the start of the show, I always say, "Hey there, it's so good to be with you guys in," or "Hey, blank, how are you doing?" So anytime I end up, like, there's always this pause right before that I double check myself and say, "You are in that city, right? You are in that city, right?" So I always do the double check.
Yeah, well, there would be nothing more offensive than getting the city wrong that you're literally performing to, but I actually can see how that would be an easy mistake to make when you're traveling so much. Okay, on that though, and I know, you're coming to New Zealand later on this year. A lot of people are excited about that, so we'll talk about the show coming up. But I did see that recently you were part of a baby gender reveal on stage that someone in your audience asked you to do. Is that the craziest sort of live fan interaction that you've had out of the blue, or have you had others?
We've had numerous. There's been a lot of them. That one was super fun. That was a hometown show, and this lady, she had a sign in the audience saying, "Please do my gender reveal." And I was like, "Are you sure you want everyone to know?" It was so much fun. That was really special. We had this other little girl. She came on. It was in Spokane, Washington. So last fall, and she came and danced. I saw her in the audience, and I said, "You should come up here and dance on stage." I could just see she was so free, so alive. So she jumped on stage. She starts dancing, and in the process, she ends up, I could just see this freedom on her that was so dear and so precious. I said, "Do you want to say anything to the crowd?" And she said, "Yeah, I was just adopted." And everybody broke out into tears. It was absolutely beautiful. So we've had a lot of really special moments on stage.
I think, I don't know whether anyone can top that, but that's special for you to be a part of. I'm going to go stay with the fan situation. Here at Life FM in New Zealand, we often ask listeners why they listen to the station. And more often than not, it's for the music, right? And in particular, listeners have pointed to your music, and how certain songs just resonate with where they're at in life, and the confidence to know that God is walking beside them. Do you think that just reaffirms a part of your purpose?
Oh, absolutely. 1,000%. There's times where, I'll think, okay, maybe this is it. Like, maybe I should be done. Maybe I've kind of reached my max, or, maybe I need to start trying something else, whatever. Those days that are just really hard, and I feel like, I think maybe I should hang the towel up on music or whatever. Every single time those days roll around, I either meet someone in the grocery store, I meet someone in a coffee shop, I meet someone somewhere, and they end up saying to me, can I take a picture with you or whatever? But then they follow it up with this statement: "Please, whatever you do, don't stop singing. Your music has got me through." And that, I feel like it's God's way of just saying to me, "Lauren, I have you right where you're supposed to be." And I tell everybody, if you can somehow intersect your passion with purpose, your life will be so much fuller. It will be so much richer. What you're saying about purpose, it's just living with purpose and living with intentionality. It's a beautiful thing, and it really is a gift.
Well, we could tell you that your fans and your supporters here are appreciative and grateful that you continue to do what you do. Thank you.
Yeah, we hear that story a lot about your music, Lauren. Speaking of those, so let's live that a little bit. What would happen if, you put out a new album, it totally bombs, your record label drops you, and you're like, okay, that's it with music. What would you end up doing, Lauren, as a second career? Like, where else could you see yourself? In what field would you end up going down, do you reckon?
I could definitely see myself being a school teacher just because being with kids, it's so much fun. It's so interactive. And yeah, I could see myself really, you could teach kids music too, which is also really fun. So I could see myself being a school teacher or something crazy where like I live off the grid and, do food blogging or something. I don't know.
What about being a spin class instructor?
Skydiving instructor.
What about a spin class instructor like your Peloton videos that I've seen popping up? What is this about? Are you hardcore into indoor cycling?
Okay, I do love being active. I am an active junkie. I never sit still. In this interview, I think I've moved 10 times. I just don't like being still. And so Kendall reached out and was like, would you want to come and do a Peloton class? I said, yeah, let's do it. And let me tell you something. I quickly learned how hardcore she is. She does over 8 classes a week at that intensity. I'm like, how do you have anything left of your body? Like that feels so painful. I was on it for like 10 minutes and looked over at her and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. How do you do this? And I'm a very active person. I run all over stage. I sing all the time. I work with a trainer and stuff. Still, she absolutely schooled me. I was like,
well, tell you what,
this is so hard.
Tell you what, there's money to be made in fitness. With your profile, you could jam like, I don't know, 20,000 into an auditorium. You know what I mean?
Get everyone cycling.
I should say, everybody jump into this arena and we're going to do a Peloton spin class.
I was going to ask.
I think that might be the largest spin class ever in person.
I know that might be one way that you might take care of yourself in terms of your mental health, jumping on the cycle. It's important for us here in New Zealand and we take it very seriously, What about you? Are you good at prioritizing your mental health and well-being?
I would say for a long time I wasn't. And then what happens is you reach the end of yourself. And at some point you have a fork in the road where you can say, I can take this serious or I can just continue to let my life kind of run chaotically. And I'll never forget, I was in counseling and my counselor looked at me and she said, Lauren, it's that fork in the road time. And it was a lot of it had to do with my career. A lot of it had to do with being known. Like I am a small town girl. I like living in small. I grew up in the swamp. I go fishing. I love simple things, right? And so to have this, notoriety, as you called it earlier, sometimes it's really difficult. And so she told me, you have a fork in the road. You can you can decide, what do you want to do? Do you want to take care of this or do you want to just keep running with chaos? And so now I think I have a much better grip on it. I space things out. I don't stack things up over and over and over again. And I allow rest to be a key priority of my life. We're literally right where we are right now is we're in Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado because I wanted to go out and see the mountains after some shows. So I love rest. I think rest is a really good thing, and nature is the way for me to do it.
Amen. We'll wrap up there.
Total full circle moment because we started off talking about getting the city wrong, and then that's how we finished the interview with Nashville and Colorado. So
yeah, Nashville and Colorado. I'm all over the place. We slept in our camper van last night, and I got 0 sleep. So I'm like rolling on 3 hours of sleep.
Well,
over here.
We love you, Lauren.
I'm 3 hours from New Zealand.
We can't wait to see you at the end of the year.
Y'all.
You take care. God bless, Lauren. We'll see you in November.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.